Adidas is the official Live in Columbus, Ohio, it is UNCP men's basketball on the UNCP Sports Network. Chris Clayton and Sam Jelinek here with you. The Braves in an exhibition game playing on the road at a Big Ten powerhouse in Ohio State. The long trip to Columbus, there the bus ride for UNCP, you would think would take a toll, but for UNCP, it shouldn't, because they're fired up here, being able to play on this stage in Value City Arena in Columbus, Ohio. The Braves, the back-to-back Peach Belt champions, playing at Ohio State. And Sam, Ohio State going to look a little bit different this year. They lost Keita Bates-Diop, but still obviously a lot of talent. And the good news for UNCP is they are experienced, they're talented. Regardless of what Ohio State brings to the floor, the Braves are disciplined, talented, explosive, and they're going to give a fight to the Buckeyes no matter what. Yeah, there's a good amount of players on this UNCP team that have formerly played. You know, you got guys that played on the couple teams last year. They went off and faced Creighton as well as Northern Iowa and put up some battles against both those two teams. So coming in here, you know, it's a big arena. This is a 19,000 seat arena. There's going to be a pretty good crowd on hand. This is an Ohio State team that made it to the second round of the NCAA Tournament last year and has been a powerhouse here in the national or in the college basketball world for quite some time. So I'm interested to see how UNCP handles it with a team that's had a lot of success these past 2 years. Yeah, there's not very many Peach Belt venues. Actually, there are none like Value City Arena here, beautifully, and it's really state-of-the-art for college basketball venues as far as they go. And what's even more special about this situation, and we'll talk about it here as the broadcast progresses, but Eldon Miller, Pops Miller, better known as, of course, the son of UNCP head coach Ben Miller, being honored here at Value City Arena for his time as a head coach for 10 years of the Ohio State Buckeyes. So a special connection to Ohio State for UNCP, and that is why this game was able to take place. So we're excited for that. Take a break for the anthem and back for tip-off after this on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Back to the action here at Value City Arena in Columbus, Ohio. UNCP men's basketball. Not technically the season opener, but an exhibition game and a splash to start off the year. The Braves playing at Ohio State. Chris Clayton and Sam Jelinek with you here on the UNCP Sports Network. And UNCP year in and year out challenges themselves with Division II, Division I matchups. But it's not often that they play a team like this on this scale. They played UNC obviously before, but this is going to be a challenge here for the Braves. And for UNCP, of course, coming off a season in which they were the Peach Belt champions for the second consecutive year. The Braves went 27-6 last season. On the other side for Ohio State, they were 26-9 and the 3 seed in the NCAA Tournament before being knocked out in the second round. Well, let's give you the starting 5 for both these teams, and then we'll kind of discuss this matchup and what the biggest challenges are going to be for the Braves, trying to hang around and make this game competitive. Starting 5 for UNCP, a starter all of last year, the sophomore out of Lumberton in the backcourt, David Struther. We've got Tyrell Kirk also in the backcourt for the Braves. Very versatile. It's James Murray Boyles, JB, as a starter. Akia Pruitt will play the 4 for UNCP. He was an all-Peach Belt preseason selection. And playing the 5 for UNCP is the redshirt junior Carson Mounts. Carson stands at 6'10". He's got Division I size. He didn't play any of last season, redshirted, but this year he's back and playing for UNCP. And for Ohio State, you've got a starting 5. For Ohio State, you've got a starting 5 of Luther Muhammad, the freshman, 4-star recruit, the freshman. You've got C.J. Jackson also in the backcourt. And the rest of the starters, Andre Wesson playing small forward. Kyle Young is a power forward. And big Caleb Wesson down low. That is going to pose a huge challenge for UNCP. Caleb Wesson expected to make a big jump this year. All Big Ten freshman team last year. Wesson 6'9", 270. No one has that type of weight. So we shall see how UNCP handles Wesson down low. And a special moment right now here at Value City Arena. Pops Miller, coach of Ohio State from 1977 to 1986, getting a standing ovation here in Columbus. Coached the Buckeyes, and a big part of why Ohio State is where they're at. Eldon Miller building them up. His final season with the Buckeyes, they won the NIT back in 1986, and now, of course, he's a volunteer assistant coach for UNCP, and his son, Ben Miller, is a head coach. So just wanted to mention that great moment that just took place here at Ohio State. And we are all set for tip. It's Akia Pruitt and Caleb Wesson standing on the Ohio State logo. And the tip is won by Ohio State. It is knocked back to the senior C.J. Jackson, second leading scorer last year for Ohio State. Handed off behind to Kyle Young. Now to Muhammad, the freshman, swinging back to the right wing to Jackson. Young, Muhammad now left corner. Wesson wants it on a post-up, he won't get it. Here's a drive for Muhammad. Kick out, Andre Wesson, top of the arc 3. Long, Wesson, Caleb Wesson, skies for the rebound, but it's off his hands, out of bounds to the baseline. Batted away, though, by UNCP, so it will be Ohio State basketball still. 23 seconds in, UNCP on the road here wearing their black uniforms, the gold trim. Ohio State at home wearing white with red numbers, working left to right in front of us here at Value City Arena. Over the right wing, here's the freshman out of Jersey City, New Jersey, Muhammad. Back in the left corner, C.J. Jackson, catch and shoot 3. That's a brick long. Another offensive rebound, though, for the Buckeyes. Possession continues, a third shot attempt. Here's a baseline drive from Jackson. Well challenged, missed the shot. 4th offensive rebound, tipped back up and in by Caleb Wesson.
UNCP is going to want to be successful in this game. You can't give Ohio State as many chances as that.
3 offensive rebounds at possession. Braves' first offensive possession of the game, down 2-0. Tyrell Kirk with the ball on the right wing. Comes off a Mount screen. Now back up top, give it to James Murray Boyles. The senior gives it back to Struther. Struther surveys the floor, back to Kirk on the right wing. Come off a Mount screen between the legs. He's picked up by a big man, Caleb Wesson. Trying to give it down low to Pruitt on a post-up. Knocked away. Shot clock at 1. Braves not even going to get a shot up. So UNCP just a little bit out of sorts.
And now on that first possession there for Ohio State, coming out in a 2-3 zone.
Clearly giving UNCP some issues. Chris Holtman, known for aggressive man-to-man defense, but coming out with the 2-3 as you mentioned, Sam. Here's Kyle Young to bring it across the timeline for the Buckeyes. Quick back cut all the way to the rack. C.J. Jackson missed the layup. UNCP might have got a piece of it. It goes careening towards the sideline, saved by Ohio State. The Buckeyes will keep it with Muhammad, the freshman, looking for a drive. Layup missed, but he's fouled, attacking the rim right down the middle of the lane. He'll go to the free throw line for a pair.
It's pretty obvious for Ohio State so far. Their methodology is trying to get some wide open threes. They've shot a few of them, come up empty, and then also driving to the rack, getting those offensive boards. We already saw the dominance of Caleb Wesson down low, able to get a tip in.
Well, Sam, UNCP's doing a pretty good job. Ohio State's 1 for 5 from the field, as the first free throw is good from Mohammed. It's 3-0 Buckeyes. The problem is, Braves don't have a shot attempt yet for 5 compared to Ohio State. About 90 seconds into this game, the Braves, tough start, down 4-0. But when you consider they can just clean it up here, get some shots up and settle in. Braves looking to compete. Struther with the ball up top. Give it to JB on the right wing. Lob it down to Akia Pruitt in the short corner. Post up on Kyle Young, right side of the key. He's tied up. It's a jump ball as it's Andre Wesson, the junior, who reaches in. Possession arrow points the way of UNCP. A little bit hesitant offensively. It takes some time. When you're in Division II, obviously playing at this stage, take some time to kind of get the nerves down, and I think that's what we're seeing right now from an experienced team in Pembroke.
I think once UNCP sees their first shot from the bottom of the bucket,
or even just go up.
Yeah, that too.
Taking a shot yet.
Yeah, handed to Ohio State's defense so far, they've been pretty suffocating.
There's a baseline throw into Pruitt in the right wing, and it's knocked out of bounds, I should say. Kyle Young reached his paw out, punched it into the Ohio State bench, so it's a side throw in now for the Braves. JB getting the start. Probably is going to start this year. He only started 4 games last year. Of course, very important piece for UNCP. A little bit of a change in role with the graduation of Nigel Grant and Brandon Watts. Murray Boyles pump fakes and a travel called. Hesitated to pull the trigger on a 3. Came off a screen at the top of the arc. Instead of taking the 3, tried to land and drive to the hoop, but of course he did elevate, so an easy travel call.
First 2 possessions have gone shot clock violation, now a travel. Not exactly the start I'm sure Ben Miller was hoping for.
On the right wing, Caleb Wesson has it for the Buckeyes, who lead 4-0. 17:45 left here in the first. Shot clock down at 13. Wesson has it outside the right block. Posts up on Murray Boyles. Throws his shoulder into JB and puts in a hook shot. Beautiful hook shot from Wesson using the strength. 270 pounds, and he scores. 6-0 Ohio State. On the right wing, Kirk has it. Crossover move. Now to JB on the left wing. Give it to Struther, left corner. Mounts wants it on a post up. Now he gets it outside the right block. Going to his right, a running hook. No good, but he's fouled. It was a bump before the shot. Another throw in here for UNCP. Now almost 3 minutes in, still not a shot attempt for the Braves. 6 for the Buckeyes.
Offense is struggling to find a little bit of momentum. Good bank of lights just suddenly went out.
Tyrell Kirk, driving kick, left hand hook, Pruitt missed it. JB tries to the sky for the rebound and couldn't handle it. Popped around his hands and went out of bounds. As you mentioned, Sam, the lights in the upper bowl just went out, so a noticeable amount of light has left the arena, which kind of threw off a lot of people here. We'll see if they can get those back and up and running. Not quite a Super Bowl situation with the lights going totally out, but definitely noticeable. So the Buckeyes with a 6-0 lead over 3 minutes in with the ball. Muhammad has the ball left wing. He'll take a through, the man in his face, off the bounce, and he hit it. Tyrell Kirk got a hand up, but Muhammad cans it, and it's 9-0 Buckeyes.
Good handles there by Muhammad, and then, like you say, off the jump, be able to swat that one home.
Short corner, here's a fadeaway jump shot. Tyrell Kirk, that's an air ball, and the rebound's taken down by C.J. Jackson. Jackson, the senior out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Started his career at Eastern Florida State Community College. He will take a 3 off the bounce, mounts in his face, missed it, and the rebound goes to UNCP. Also a foul over the back on Ohio State. And how about this, UNCP with 4 substitutions set to come into the game. Ben Miller quickly bringing in Spencer Levi, Micah Kinsey, Cam Hamilton, and Jamal Bryant. The only player to stay on the floor for the Braves is James Murray Boyles. So Coach Miller may be thinking that there's a little bit of nerves, or this is perhaps was the plan. Here's a drive from JB, and he's got a running hook shot to go. UNCP is on the board. It's 9-2 with 16:06. On the run, though, Ohio State. Andre Wesson driving kick, corner 3 is no good. An offensive foul anyway, as Murray Boyles took it in the chest. A charge, and the Braves take over.
Talk about a little spark right there. Murray Boyles taking it to the rack, then taking the charge. those are the kind of things that UNCP is going to be looking for from one of its veteran leaders here. That's what you like to see, getting UNCP on the board, and now possibly a nice little momentum push as well.
Murray Boyles, the senior out of Columbia, 6'7", 210 pounds. Throw on the right wing. Here's Jamal Bryant, the sophomore, with it. Spencer Levi sets the screen for him. Levi's first appearance with UNCP, Division III All-American last year. Step back three off the dribble, Cam Hamilton, long, and the rebound taken down by Wesson. Throw it way down the floor. Ohio State now with a 2-on-1, somehow corralled by Jackson. Give it to Kyle Young, who throws it down, sprinting down the middle of the floor. A mishandle on the outlet pass, but the Buckeyes take an 11-2 lead on the Young dunk. Murray Boyles, quick turnaround jump shot, mid-range, no. Skying for the rebound. What a board by Kinsey for UNCP. And the ball is tipped and knocked out of bounds by Ohio State. So the Braves will keep it, and we actually go to a media timeout. We'll be back after this. Rough start for UNCP, but really starting to settle in and compete. It's 11-2 Buckeyes here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
All right, we're back here in Columbus, Ohio. Ohio State leading UNCP 11-2 with 15:22 left in the first half. Well, Sam, it was a rough first half, or a rough little start for UNCP. First 6 shot attempts of the game were taken by Ohio State. First 2 possessions for the Braves ended in turnovers, but it really appeared the Braves settled in as James Murray Boyles took it down the middle of the lane for a little hook shot. And the Braves look a lot more cohesive there after a little bit of a panic start.
Yeah, things could actually be a lot worse for UNCP right now than normal. I mean, Ohio State was missing on quite a few of their first couple shots. They got a lot of offensive boards, but one thing that UNCP can take away from that is that Ohio State is missing shots. They're forcing them into some not very good looks. They've taken an offensive charge, so they know that they can hang with them on the defensive end. Now, for the offensive end, they're going to have to just try and get a few more shot attempts up, trying to get that rhythm and flow going, because it just seems like everybody's just a touch hesitant to pull that trigger.
Rebound advantage clearly in Ohio State's favor right now. 7 rebounds to 2 for UNCP. 4 offensive rebounds for the Buckeyes as well.
And one thing I noticed was actually on the first possession for Ohio State, we saw Andre Weston take a 3. That was something that they had talked about a lot in the preseason, that he would be a guy trying to ramp up his 3-ball usage. He shot about 25% last year from 3, so interesting to see him take that as the first shot of the game.
Yeah, only took 14 threes all year, but trying to expand his range. Here we go to the media timeout. UNCP basketball down 11-2. Out on the left wing with it, Jamal Bryant for UNCP. Comes off a screen, top of the arc. Right wing now, Cam Hamilton with the ball. Left-hand dribble into the key, takes a bump, no call, throws it up, almost got it to go off the back of the iron, but a Careens offense rebounded by Micah Potter for Ohio State, his first time in the game out of the timeout. He's got it top of the arc, being checked by Spencer Levi. Now give it on the left wing to Keyshawn Woods, the graduate transfer from Wake Forest. Swinging around the near corner to Luther Muhammad. Bounce pass down low to Potter. His shot is good and a foul. He thought he was going to be blocked by Levi. Levi took a hard swing, but Potter shows off some power as he finishes through the contact.
Yeah, Spencer just got almost a little bit too airborne there. Came over top the block. Potter was able to hold the ball down, wait another half second before throwing the ball up, gets it to fall, and now for the end one.
13-2 Ohio State leads UNCP. And Akia Pruitt checks back into the game for JB. Braves with Pruitt, Levi, Hamilton, Bryant, and Kinsey on the floor. Potter's free throw. No good. In and out. Pruitt skies for the rebound. The Peach Belt Defensive Player of the Year pushes it up the floor to Kinsey. He's on the left wing against a man-to-man look from Ohio State. Check that. Actually, it looks like they're in a 2-3 zone that's pretty far out extended on the perimeter. Out on the right wing, Hamilton has it. Between the legs dribble to the free throw line. Kick out left wing, Jamal Bryant for three, and he's got it. Bryant, the sophomore, made 15 threes last year on 40 attempts, and he cans his first attempt of this game. 13-5, I should say, Ohio State. 14:09 left in the first half. Out on the right wing, Musa Jallo with the ball, and he throws it away. There's an Ohio State turnover. So UNCP, as we talked about, really kind of a panic start, but settling in, knocking down a couple shots, and now the Buckeyes with some of their backups in the game. UNCP looking to show off some depth.
Yeah, that wasn't exactly a completely clean look for Bryant, but it was kind of in flow, and he went with it.
Here's a Jackson drive for UNCP. Lost it. Ball's loose in the key. Bodies everywhere. It's at the free throw line. Finally is that a jump ball? Or is a timeout given? There's no signal from the officials yet.
It's going to be a jump ball.
The possession arrow points the way of Ohio State. Well, they pointed the way of the Buckeyes, but they hadn't actually signaled jump ball yet. So I thought maybe they were giving them a timeout, but they eventually do signal that jump ball. So obviously the possession arrow points the way back of UNCP for next time around, but for now it's a missed opportunity for the Braves. Kyle Young with a drive and a kick all the way down the floor to Potter, who scores in a foul. Kyle Young starting this game as the power forward. Takes it right down the middle, bounce pass to Potter, who went swooping in from the baseline and finished the contact again. It's 15-5 Ohio State.
We thought that was going to be one of the things for UNCP that was going to be the most difficult to try and guard the height and the girth for Ohio State, especially Micah Potter as well as Caleb Wesson. And early on, we've seen Wesson and Potter get their fair share of looks underneath the hoop.
So Potter missed his opportunity to convert at the free throw line on his last and one. Let's see if he can get this one to go. Good start for Potter here with 4 points. Now 5 points as he got the free throw to go. So it's 16-5 Buckeyes, 13:43 in the first half. Kinsey has it for UNCP. Driving to the left wing, give it to Mounts outside the free throw line. Pulls the trigger on a mid-range shot, and he got it. Carson Mounts, again, he missed all of last season, but he has a lot of experience for UNCP with 60 career games played. And he used that season off to develop, and it certainly looks like it with that jump shot he just made. Here's a drive and a layup with the right hand for Dwayne Washington Jr., the freshman. 18-7 now Ohio State. Got it right past the defender and all the way to the rack for the finger roll. Here's a post up for Mounts in the short corner. Jab step, spin move, right hand hook, short. Rebound tapped around, taken down by Potter. Give it to Washington Jr. down the near sideline. He's shut off by Struther. Bounces out towards midcourt. Takes a screen from Potter back into the right corner. One-on-one with Mounts. Tries to take a jumper over him. Can't hit it. Ball is loose in the corner. Potter's got it for Ohio State. Near steal it is. Knocked away by Kinsey. Potter reached for it as the ball was falling out of bounds and did touch it. So the Braves force a turnover and take over. Granted, it was after an offensive rebound.
And that ball actually got tipped straight to the head of Pops on the bench there. Good reactions for him to snare it before it conked him in the noggin.
He's on his 8 game. This is a big night for him, being honored here at Value City Arena in Columbus, where he used to coach. Here's a drive for Struther for UNCP, loses it. Pruitt picks it up and he double dribble. Well, he picked up that loose ball and he does not agree with the call. I think he thought he was picking up a loose ball and then dribbled, but the official deemed that he was dribbling. One of those confusions there, so tough break for the Braves, but it is another turnover. And for UNCP, they have now committed 3. 18-7 Ohio State, 12:20 left in the first half. Buckeyes, Keyshawn Woods looks to the bench for the play. Head coach Chris Holtman signals it in. Swinging on the left wing, Washington Jr. pulls the trigger on a 3 left wing, and it can't hit. And the rebound taken down by Pruitt for UNCP. Braves down 11 on the move. Tyrell Kirk drives to the free throw line. Pruitt, white wing for 3. Got it! Swishes it through, and UNCP down 11-2 has chipped away, and it's 18-10.
It's not exactly a key of Pruitt's strength for what we know him to be able to do, but that was in rhythm. He was open, and he drains it.
Washington Jr. being harassed near midcourt. got it on the right wing. Now back up top to Woods. Driving kick, left corner three. Jallo, that's off. Offensive rebound though, Andre Wesson. Spins baseline. Wild shot, acrobatic is off, and it's corralled by his teammate, Jallo. He puts up a hook shot, can't hit. And then Wesson pulls down another offensive rebound. Driving kick to Potter. Slams it down and a foul. Micah Potter with his third and one. The foul's on Pruitt. It's 20-10. Offensive rebounds just killing UNCP. And it's another media timeout. The Braves, if you take away the fact that they can't defensive rebound right now, they're competing. So we'll see if they can shore up the boards and box somebody out. So we'll be back after this from Value City Arena on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Now we're back in Columbus, UNCP men's basketball here on the UNCP Sports Network. Chris Clayton and Sam Jelinek with you. Ohio State leading UNCP 20-10 with 11:21 left in the first half. Exhibition matchup here between one of the best teams in the Big Ten last year. They were actually second in the final regular season standings was Ohio State, 15-3 mark in conference play. And they were a 3 seed in the NCAA Tournament. For UNCP, the back-to-back Peach Belt Conference champions. And they're struggling right now on the boards. 12-4 advantage for Ohio State in the rebound category. 7 offensive rebounds. And that's a huge part of why the Buckeyes have doubled up the Braves. 17 shot attempts to only 10 for UNCP. You hear coaches talk about it all the time, especially Coach Miller. Got a rebound, and it's easier said than done with the size of Ohio State.
And right now the shot differential obviously in favor of Ohio State thanks to those offensive boards. They put up 17 shots to UNCP's 10. You factor in those offensive rebounds as well as the turnovers UNCP's committed. Those extra opportunities is what's going to lead to the 10-point lead right now for Ohio State.
Buckeyes are 1 for 6 from downtown. Micah Potter just converted an and one. He swished the free throw for Ohio State. It was a dunk and a foul on Akia Pruitt. Braves 4 team fouls, 3 on Ohio State. And now UNCP takes over off the free throw, 21-10 the score in favor of the Buckeyes. In the left corner, David Struther with the basketball. Dribbles out towards the wing. Picks it up, now throw it up top. JB, wide open 3, in and out. Rebound is ripped down by Jallo for Ohio State. And he'll take it across the timeline. Loose ball off his knee, but then he picks it up quickly and gives it off to Keyshawn Woods. Now to a wide open Jallo. Drive down the baseline, missed the layup, but a foul called. And that is the first foul on Murray Boyles, which is great news for UNCP. Not a guy you want in foul trouble.
Now, him and Akia Pruitt, those are the 2 guys the Braves are going to want to stay out of foul trouble, probably as well as Carson Mounts. As the guy with the most height on the team, you don't want him getting into foul trouble.
It's a free throw from Jallo, and it's no good. Careens off the right side. CJ Jackson will check back in for Dwayne Washington Jr. And coming into this game, Coach Miller for UNCP, one of the things he wanted to attack here was the ball handling for Ohio State. They have some inexperienced players out there, not a lot of great ball handlers outside their guards, so he's looking to maybe force some turnovers. Haven't been great at that so far. Second free throw, no good there from Jallo. UNCP takes the rebound. Now they have possession here in the front court. Give it down to Mounts on the right block. Turnaround hook shot, no good off the post up. And the rebound's tapped out of bounds by the Braves. Ohio State takes over. That's a good shot for Mounts. Obviously, even better if he makes it, but with his size, if he can consistently make that hook shot, he's going to be a great factor for UNCP this season.
Yeah, the Braves have gone to him a couple of times offensively now down on that low block.
Andre Wesson driving a lob for Caleb Wesson. He doesn't rise up for it. He lets it go right out of bounds. And it's a Buckeyes turnover. Try to go brother-to-brother alley-oop, and they were not on the same page, surprisingly.
I hope it's not that way when they pass the mashed potatoes at the dinner table.
That would be a mess, and that's exactly what Coach Holtman's saying right now. Here's Tyrell Kirk with the ball on the right wing. Comes off a Mount screen to the free throw line. Now outside to Murray Boyles. He takes one dribble, pull-up jumper, no good. And the rebound goes to Ohio State. Nice save there right on the baseline by Jallo. Back to Jackson. Now Andre Wesson, top of the arc. To Jackson. He drives all the way to the rim. Easy layup as he goes right by Struther. And it's 23-10 Ohio State. Under 10 left in the first half. C.J. Jackson, second leading scorer on the team last year, just under 13 points per game. Struther is being harassed on the left wing. Give it to Murray Boyles in the block. To Kirk. Back to Struther. Spin move. Top of the arc. Now he's at the elbow, and he traveled. Tried to jump stop. Walked, and another UNCP turnover, their fifth.
Oh, like a little bit of indecision of whether or not he wanted to maybe take a pull-up three. Then he got to the mid-range, right on the Big Ten logo. Couldn't decide whether or not he wanted to take the mid-range J there or pass it out to Muntz.
Some of that hesitation that we talked about earlier. Rather him pull the trigger there than to kind of let the defense converge on him. So Ohio State takes over, trying to score off the turnover. C.J. Jackson has the ball in the right corner. Up top to Muhammad, the freshman, swinging around the perimeter to Keyshawn Woods. Back to Wesson. Down low to Caleb Wesson. He catches and slams. Wesson just using his strength as he pinned Mounts above him down the free throw line. A great pass and a dunk for Wesson. It's 25-10. Mounts has the ball top of the arc for UNCP. Jab step, attack the rim, running hook, no good. Caleb Wesson, no, it's actually Jackson who takes it away from his teammate for the rebound. Points at his teammate to back cut. He did, but there's nothing there. Andre Wesson has a right wing. Drive to the rim. Fouled, missed the layup. Akia Pruitt, his second foul, and it'll be Wesson to the free throw line for a pair.
And again, Pruitt not exactly pleased with that call. Tried to go straight up, but got a little bit too much contact on that one. Peach Belt Conference Defender of the Season last year. Honestly, knows what he's doing there down low, but called for the foul.
Averaged just under 3 blocks per game last year, which is 10th in the nation. First free throw was no good. By the way, correction, that's actually that is 2 fouls. 2 fouls on Pruitt. Thought it was going to tick up to 3 fouls on him, but Pruitt's still at 2 fouls, and he's going to be subbed out for that reason. Spencer Levi's in there for UNCP. Also Micah Kinsey in the game. First free throw, no good for Andre Wesson. Takes one dribble, flicks the wrist, and the second is no good as well as is long off the back of the iron. Rebound tapped around, corralled by the Buckeyes. Their 8th offensive rebound of the game. Caleb Wesson to Andre Wesson, right wing. Pump fake, drive inside, spin move, stripped by Kinsey. What a play. It's a steal as it goes to Levi. Back to Kinsey, jogs it across the timeline. Surveys the floor. Dribble out towards the right wing. Handoff back to Tyrell Kirk. Now give it to Jamal Bryant. Back to Kinsey, kind of a weave at the top of the arc. Jab step, gets in the key, no look pass. Carson Mounts, mid-range shot, wide open, got it to go. Mounts puts it through, and it's 25-12. Heck of a possession there. How about Micah Kinsey with a steal on one end and the assist on the other. Short corner, Caleb Wesson. Throw it now left wing, an open 3 from C.J. Jackson, and it's good. 28-12 now. Kinsey with it left wing. Dribble out towards the right wing, bounce pass to Levi. He's tripped and fouled. Would have had a layup, but feet got tangled up by Andre Wesson there with a little bit of an incidental trip. And it is foul number 4 on Ohio State as a team. And with that, we head to immediate timeout. Ohio State 28, UNCP 12. We'll be back out to Columbus after this on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Back out to Columbus. The Buckeyes lead the UNCP Braves 28-12. Some of the numbers here so far for you. UNCP shooting 33%. Ohio State shooting 55%. But the biggest number so far in this game, it's pretty wild when you look at it. 17 rebounds for Ohio State to only 5 for UNCP. And yes, the Buckeyes have a size advantage, but if you're UNCP, that's something where you can certainly trim that number down. You're probably going to get out-rebounded in this game, but 17-5 is a little extreme if you want to keep this competitive.
Yeah, and 8 offensive rebounds. Nearly half of the rebounds for Ohio State have been of the offensive variety, which is extremely impressive. That's what's helped them jump out to the 16-point lead halfway through the first half. And for UNCP going forward, they're starting to get a few more open looks. They're taking them. They're not quite falling yet, but you got to keep on shooting until something finds the bottom of the bucket. And on the defensive end for right now, you kind of just got to keep doing what you're doing, because defensively, you take out the offensive rebounds, UNCP is putting up a pretty good showing.
Yep, UNCP so far, a couple steals and a block shot. And Ohio State is 2 for 7 from downtown. So you can live with that, but you've got to limit those shot attempts. Out of the media timeout, Braves have the basketball. Inbound from the baseline, give it to Mike Kinsey up top. Now Tyrell Kirk, catch and shoot 3 from the right wing, missed it. Kinsey offensive rebound, pump fake, step back mid-range shot, missed it short. And it's a rebound pulled down by Keyshawn Woods, who takes it up the timeline for Ohio State. Now Kyle Young with a baseline drive. Pump fake, goes up for 2 and scores. Young used the size, 6'8", 205, sophomore out of Canton, and he puts Ohio State up 30-12. Now on the left wing for UNCP, Jamal Bryant's got the ball. Bryant up top now to Kirk, to Kinsey right wing. Lob down to Mounts on a post up in the short corner. Jab step, takes a jump shot, cans it. Carson Mounts playing well here in Columbus. He makes it 30-14.
That's not an easy thing to do, to get a clean jump shot look when you got Caleb Wesson guarding you down there. But a good job for Mounts.
6 points for Mounts, no rebounds yet though. Here's a lob that's tipped and deflected, a steal for UNCP. Give it up the floor to Kinsey. Left hand layup, no good. Rebound Levi, and he scores and a foul. How about the hustle for Spencer Levi? Kinsey was one-on-one with the defender. Levi cleaned it up from behind and converts the and one.
Yeah, you can see as Kinsey was running, Levi was trailing him, and I had a thought maybe Kinsey was going to lay it off for Levi, obviously the taller player, to get a better look at the bucket. But Kinsey goes up, misses. Levi there to clean it up.
30-16, 6:56 left in the first half. The free throw is banked in. Wow.
You think Spencer's got a little adrenaline going?
Yes. Let that one fly, banked it through, and they'll take it. 30-17. Levi, the Division III All-American National Freshman of the Year. A steal for UNCP. An entry pass is taken away by Mounts. Kinsey has it right wing in the front court for the Braves. Comes off a Mounts screen. Kinsey with a crossover move. Now on the left wing to Kirk. Surveys the floor. Jab step, behind the back move. He'll give it right wing to Kinsey. Now to Levi, almost overthrown, but Levi with a nice catch. Give it back to Bryant. He'll drive to the free throw line. Stolen away. Wesson with a steal. Throw it up the floor to Luther Muhammad, and the freshman lays it up and in with the right hand. Braves with turnover number 6. Just when UNCP was looking confident, they kind of make a mistake there with an avoidable turnover. And the left wing, Kinsey's got the ball. Braves down 15 with 6 minutes left in this first half. Mounts has the ball top of the arc. Turns to face. Now give it to Kirk on the right wing. He's being checked closely by Woods. Left-hand dribble, back to the right hand. Crossover move. Now at the free throw line extended. Give it to Mounts in the key. Tough, long hook shot. Fires it up, and it's an air ball off the backboard. Got his own rebound, but the shot clock expires. Well, you want Mounts being aggressive because he's been effective, but that was a long hook shot, and he paid the price.
Yeah, there's a little bit too much mustard on it. You like to see that he was willing to fight, try and pick up his own offensive board. Unfortunately, didn't get any rim on that, so the shot clock ended up expiring on him. But the will and the fight in UNCP not going away here, trailing by 15 at the 5.5-minute mark.
And the Braves have 4 steals now, starting to be disruptive as we've seen them do at the Division II level in the Peach Belt. Almost a steal again. Wesson has the ball, free throw line extended, surveys the floor, hand off to Muhammad. Pull and shoot, a tough mid-range shot, missed it. Kyle Young with the rebound. He goes back up, missed it. Rebound UNCP, Cam Hamilton. Levi with a great challenge there on Young, forcing the miss. Now the pick and roll is stolen away, thrown away, and a foul, but a pretty good one by Cam Hamilton, because if he doesn't foul there, it's going to be a 3-on-1 and a dunk likely for the Buckeyes.
And I think the entire Value Center arena just held their collective breath as on that foul, Caleb Wesson kind of went flying towards the floor pretty hard. It was a good foul by Hamilton, but you don't want to see for Ohio State, the guy that they're probably looking to lead them this season, go down like that.
It's the 17th foul on UNCP, so it's a 1-on-1 opportunity for Caleb Wesson. Wesson last year, in his debut freshman season, averaged 10 points and 5 rebounds. Shot 72% from the free throw line. A 1-on-1 chance now. We've got a wet spot at midcourt where Wesson went timbering down to the floor, all 270 pounds. I think the floor is okay, other than the fact that it's wet. It's been dried up now, though, and we continue. Here's the 1-on-1, the front end for Wesson. Puts it up and in. 33-17. So as I mentioned, it's 17 fouls on UNCP. And for the Braves, 2 fouls on both Levi and Pruitt. Good news for UNCP is they are a very deep team this season. Second free throw for Wesson is good as well. It's 34-17. Wesson 11 points and 2 rebounds. He's a perfect 3 of 3 from the field, and he'll head to the bench for now. Micah Potter in for him. Braves have Struther, Levi, Hamilton, Mounts, and Kinsey on the floor. Hamilton handoff back to Kinsey. Top of the arc, comes off a Mounts screen. Mounts rolls to the hoop, nothing's there. Handoff back to Struther. Shot clock at 15. Here's a nice in and out dribble and an attack to the hoop by Kinsey. Missed the shot, but a rebound. Mounts to Levi. Pump fakes at the free throw line extended. Now in the right corner with it. The sophomore throws it back to the other sophomore near half court, David Struther. Shot clock reset, of course, off that offensive rebound by Mounts. It's back down at 14, though. Here's a between-the-legs move by Kinsey. Nice move. Kinsey to the rim. Missed the layup, though. Acrobatic shot. Couldn't get it to go. Everything but the finish. Woods with it left wing. Now back up top to Muhammad. Drives down the middle in traffic. Gets the foul and scores. What a finish by Muhammad. Threw it up among black jerseys, and it somehow goes in. It's 36-17 Buckeyes.
Muhammad was one of those very talented recruits for Ohio State this past season in the ESPN Top 100. They really headlined their class, and I've been impressed so far by him in the early going. 3 of 4 from the floor, 1 3, 9 points, and that acrobatic finish there.
4-star recruit, 14th ranked shooting guard in the country by 247 Sports. Muhammad with 1 free throw, missed it long, and the rebound's taken down by Murray Boyles for UNCP. Braves down 19, 4:17 left here in the first half. Mike Kinsey's got the ball near half court, bounce pass to Kia Pruitt. He'll drive to the rim on Potter, left hand hook, somehow rolls out. Just didn't quite have the touch, hung around on the rim for a while. Give it off to Dwayne Washington Jr., sprints it across half court, picked up by Struther. Now to Woods on the left wing. Braves in a tight man-to-man defense. Woods with a drive all the way to the rack, makes the layup, but there's a foul before the shot, and that'll put us to another media timeout. Foul number 8 on UNCP. It'll be a 1-1 after this break. 36-17, Buckeyes lead. 3:56 left in the first. We'll be back with more on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
And we're back in Columbus. It is UNCP men's basketball here on the UNCP Sports Network. Love to be able to say that. It's been a while since we've had basketball season, and the Braves with a huge challenge here on the road. So it would have been exciting regardless of where they were playing, who they were playing, but even more special playing a Big Ten foe like Ohio State. And the Braves are down 36-17, but for UNCP, they've competed, and they've been attacking the rim. But right now, Sam, the shots are just not falling. They're kind of lipping off on these drives to the rim.
And for UNCP, you can't get discouraged by that. You got to keep on going to the rack, seeing what you can get to fall, and keep on playing good defense on the other end. You know, it's the offensive rebounds that have really been hurting UNCP in the early going. You know, have not shot a plethora of threes as well. They've only attempted 4 in this game. They've canned 2 of them, which is nice to see. But if you're going to try and make up this kind of deficit, you're either going to need a long scoring run, or you're going to have to start draining some threes, as well as some stout defense on the other end. What I like for UNCP in terms of maybe getting that run is they have forced a few turnovers for Ohio State. You get the Buckeyes kind of fall down that rabbit hole, keep on making a few mistakes, few too many turnovers. Next thing you know, maybe a 10-2 run, something like that, pulls you back closer in this game.
Yep, 7 turnovers for Ohio State, 8 for UNCP. And the rebound differential was 17-5 in favor of the Buckeyes at the 8-minute mark at that media timeout. Now it's at 21-11. So saw some life there in the rebound category for UNCP during that last 4-minute stretch. Here's a 1-and-1 opportunity for Ohio State. It is Keyshawn Woods, the graduate transfer from Wake Forest, who hits the first free throw. Woods played 2 years at Wake Forest, a very experienced player. Played in 61 games, started 27 of them in his 2 years at Wake Forest. Was one of their leading scorers as he hits the second free throw, make it 38-17. Before that, he also played at Charlotte, so this is actually his 3rd school. Braves down 21 with possession off the free throws. Akia Pruitt has the ball right wing. Hand off back to Hamilton. Left-hand dribble. Swinging around left wing to Struther. Murray Boyles wants it on a post-up. Won't get it for now. Here's up top. Micah Kinsey has the ball. Crossover. Bounce pass left wing. Catch and shoot 3. Hamilton, no. Rebound Potter. Fired up the floor to Woods. 1-on-1 with Struther. A reach in and a foul. And that's foul number 9 on UNCP. It'll be free throw opportunity for Keyshawn Woods. Actually, 10 fouls now on the Braves, so it's double bonus. Struther trying to reach in there, pick the pockets of Woods.
A worthy challenge with Woods going up for the layup like that, the height advantage on Struther as well.
This game was 30-17. It's 8 unanswered for the Buckeyes. Ohio State has also hit 7 out of their last 9 shot attempts. First free throw for Woods is good. It's 39-17. It's a Buckeyes team led by head coach Chris Holtman in his 2nd season at the helm. Was the head coach at Butler and Gardner-Webb. Second free throw is good from Woods, and it's 40-17. Struther's got the ball left wing for UNCP. Now Kinsey with it. Out down to Murrow Boyles in the short corner. He attacks the rim. Kick out to Hamilton left wing. Overthrown. It's a near turnover, but as Struther is falling out of bounds, he throws it off the hip of an Ohio State defender. That's Muhammad. And into the first row of seats, so UNCP will keep possession.
Real heady play.
Great play. And Murray Boyles, though, looked like he had a lane to the hoop. He was being checked by the freshman Justin Ahrens, who fell down. Murray Boyles attacked the rim, but instead of shooting, he tried to kick it out to Hamilton. And that's how the loose ball began for the Braves. On the right wing, Hamilton has it. Trying to throw to Murray Boyles off the screen. The ball's tapped in the air, taken down by JB. Baseline drive and an offensive foul called as he bowls over Keyshawn Woods. He did a nice job kicking into the far corner to Struther, who then was going to whip it up to the wing for what likely would have been a wide open three-point attempt for Cam Hamilton, but instead the offensive foul is called.
Braves still being aggressive though, trying to get into those lanes, trying to get to the rack.
And for JB now, he's picked up 2 fouls.
They're actually going to change that call.
Wow. All right, they changed the call. So it is a blocking foul.
Yeah, initially called that a charge.
Defender's foot was likely out of bounds. That would explain why they changed the call. So UNCP takes over. JB's got it short corner, mid-range jump shot, cans it over the freshman Ahrens, and it's 40-19. Good sign to see JB getting it going, as he is now up to 4 points, 2 of 5 from the field.
And more important, taking advantage of that second opportunity given to UNCP on that possession.
40-19 Buckeyes, 2:43 left in the first half. Jackson has it right wing, up top to Woods. Braves the extended 2-3 zone. Here's a 3 with a man right in his face from Woods, no good. Offensive rebound taken down by Jadon Lee, the freshman. Can't hit it. Now he'll drive to the rim, and he makes the shot somehow in traffic. Braves almost throw it away in the inbound. Great hustle by Jackson, but UNCP still in possession. Struther with a 3 off the bounce, left corner, and got it to go. So what happened there is Jadon Lee attacked the rim, scored the layup. Braves quickly threw it in. C.J. Jackson came up with a near steal. The ball was popped into the air near the cheerleaders. He went diving into that row of cheerleaders, saved it right to UNCP, who turned it into a 3 on the other side from Struther, 42-22. Buckeyes now with possession. Washington Jr. drives down the middle. Kick to Justin Ahrens, right corner 3. In and out, no good. Rebound loose in the key. Tapped around, hits the foot of a player, no call, and it's Tyrell Kirk who comes up with it for UNCP. JB with the ball up top. Spin move in the lane. Tough finger roll, acrobatic, no good. And it's a rebound for Ohio State. Almost got it to go. All the way to the rim the other way. Jackson trying to score quickly. Loses control. Steal again. David Struther for UNCP. He runs it across half court. Shut down by Washington Jr. Throw it on the right wing now to Kinsey. Bounce pass in the short corner to Murray Boyles, who's fouled by Ahrens. Well, frankly, Ahrens is having a hard time guarding JB right now.
And the Braves have taken note of that. JB's been getting a few touches on the past couple of possessions. The one where it looked like it was going to be a charge call. Instead, he gets a second opportunity. Now gets to go to the line here for a 1-and-1. The Braves trying to just chip away back to a 20-point deficit under a minute and a half left.
So James Murray Boyles, 2 of 6 from the field today, 4 points and a rebound. Hits the front end of the 1-and-1, make it 42-23. JB a backup for the most part in his career. I mean, he does have 10 career starts, but that first guy off the bench is where he has thrived. A candidate to be an all-conference selection. Was not on the preseason list. His teammate Akia Pruitt was, but wouldn't be shocked if he does make the list by the end of the year. One of the team's leading scorers last year, 12 points, 5 rebounds per game. So versatile. He can shoot the 3, he can defend. Skills of a guard and a forward's body at 6'7", and he hits the second free throw as well. It's 42-24. Carson Mounts will check in for him. Only 1:20 left here in the first half. Mounts, by the way, has played well for UNCP. 6 points and 2 rebounds. On the right wing, Washington Jr. has the ball for the Buckeyes. And it's a steal, thrown away. Kinsey is held. If this is the NBA, that'd be an easy, clear path foul call. But instead, it's a 1-and-1 opportunity for Kinsey.
Man, Kinsey has had some heads-up instincts here. Couple of steals right there, jumping the lane, tipping the pass. Now we got a chance to knock some free throws down. And the tide beginning to turn just a little bit UNCP's way. Getting a chance to claw back into this one with very little time remaining here in the first half.
Here's a 1-on-1 for Kinsey, who has 4 steals tonight so far. Missed the 1-on-1 long. Rebound tapped around. Fight from Struther, and it's tipped to Kinsey. Braves still in possession. 1 minute left here in the first half. Struther has it right wing. Back up to Kinsey. Now dribbles in the short corner. Throw it back outside to Struther. Back to Kinsey. Bounce pass down to Murray Boyles outside the left block. Turn and face, jump shot, short. Rebound taken down by Jackson. He's checked quickly by Kinsey. Kinsey has 4 steals tonight. He was 8th in the country last year with over 2 steals per game. So we got a timeout taken by the Buckeyes. Again, 42-24 is our score. We will keep it here. 45.9 seconds left in the first half. Shot clock is at 25, so the Braves will get one more possession, assuming they can pick up the defensive rebound, which has been an issue. But again, with Kinsey, how about the fight from him? Yes, he's 0 for 3 from the field, but Micah Kinsey has been excellent. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals against Ohio State in this game. And you'd love to see the Braves be more efficient from the field, hitting 31%. But as you mentioned earlier, the fight is there, and it's not just the effort, but it's the disruption that we've seen from this UNCP team under Ben Miller. That's what's led them to back-to-back Peach Belt Conference titles, their ability to steal and block shots.
Yeah, and all 3 rebounds for Kinsey have been of the offensive variety, which is, something relatively slightly amazing, but pretty cool to see from a guy that's a point guard that's pretty small at 6'1". You don't see him picking up too many offensive boards, but he's really helped the UNCP offense find a rhythm.
Tenacious junior Kinsey out of Atlanta, Georgia, Brookwood High School. Out of the timeout, Buckeyes, 20 seconds of the shot clock. C.J. Jackson looking to drive past Kinsey, gets inside for a floater, missed it. Mounts comes flying in, trying to rebound it, but tipped it out of bounds on accident, and Ohio State takes over with a baseline throw-in.
Like you said, just as we went into that timeout, that UNCP would be able to get the ball back, granting that they could pick up a defensive board with 37 seconds left and a new shot clock. They still can. It's going to be a challenge.
Here's the inbound in the short corner to Lee, now to Jackson. Jackson throw it up top to Washington Jr. Shot clock down to 23. C.J. Jackson with it near half court. Kinsey picking him up closely, and he's chirping at him. Kinsey's right in his face, right on the Ohio State logo. New floor design this year here at Value City Arena. It was voted on by the fans, looking sharp. It's the shape of the state of Ohio in gray around that logo at midcourt. Shot clock down to 3. C.J. Jackson pump fake, a wild 3 at the shot clock buzzer, missed it. Offensive rebound, tap up and in, no good. It actually rims off. Aarons with a rebound, fadeaway 3 at the horn, no good, and that'll do it for the first half. So, a first half marred with Ohio State offensive rebounds fittingly ends with the Buckeyes tapping around the ball, volleyball style, on the offensive glass. But UNCP deserves a ton of credit. The Braves have come to fight, and they're not making it easy on Ohio State. The score is 42-24, but UNCP has a lot to be proud of. We have seen, and we're not just saying this, 5 or 6 shots for the Braves have just rolled off the rim. If those shots go in, it's a completely different conversation right now, because UNCP is, their length and athleticism is allowing them to at least make it a game.
Yeah, a couple of hometown bounces here for Ohio State, but that's what you come to expect when you play in games like this, in the quasi-David versus Goliath kind of game. But like you said, for UNCP, the fight has been there, the effort has been there. They're keeping on trying, sometimes their shots are going to get blocked, but you got to come right back with it when you drive in that lane. Yeah, Ohio State's got some pretty long, pretty large players, but you got to keep going at them, guys like Caleb Wesson, and that's been really nice to see with guys like Carson Mounts, getting down in the low block, keeping on trying it, getting a couple of clear field goal attempts up and hitting them as well. Murray Boyles has led the charge here in the latter portion of the first half, and it's been nice to see that UNCP ended the first half on just a little bit of a positive run.
Yeah, and for the Braves, it has been a game in which obviously they're disappointed at the score a little bit, but they had a good perspective coming in. We talk about how they're trying to make this game competitive and they want a closer score, but the reality of it is, what an awesome opportunity this is for these players to play in this stage, to play at Ohio State, for the coaches to be here, really just for the program. It's a great display for UNCP, and they have lofty goals this year of having success in the Division II NCAA Tournament and winning the Peach Belt once again. But these are the type of games where, regardless of what happens, they're very memorable to get the chance to play on this stage. And the Braves should be proud, even if a few shots have rimmed off or maybe they've fouled too much. Hopefully they're just enjoying this opportunity.
Yeah, to be able to be the best, you got to beat the best, or at least play and practice against the best. And this is an opportunity, like you said, for the Braves to do just that, to be able to go up against some of the stiffest competition that they'll face so far this season. And it's a really cool thing to see that they're able to hang with Ohio State here so far, and they'll be able to continue to try and do it here in the second half, make those halftime adjustments, and see what they can bring out in the second half.
Yeah, for the Braves, they're being out-rebounded right now 28-13 and shooting 31% from the field, but what a learning opportunity this is, to be able to watch film on how you played against Ohio State and see your team on the floor for the first time on a real game stage at Value City Arena. Very valuable, and it's going to help UNCP down the road. All right, here at the half, let's go to a break. When we return, we'll talk a little bit about Pops Miller and his comeback to Columbus, Ohio and Value City Arena as the Braves are down 42-24 on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. Four values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Now we're back here in Columbus. Chris Clayton and Sam Jelinek with you here on the UNCP Sports Network. It's about 10 minutes till the second half gets underway as the Braves trail the Buckeyes of Ohio State 42-24. And Sam, something we haven't really been able to talk a lot about is Pops Miller, who's just honored at halftime with some of the former Ohio State Buckeyes players he coached, which includes Clark Kellogg, of course, high NBA draft pick and now a broadcaster on CBS and Turner with college basketball, but a lot of great players that Pops Miller coached, and he's able to come back, and you see the appreciation that these Buckeyes fans on hand have for him. And obviously those in Brave Nation know Pops Miller's a legend, and his son Ben Miller now the coach. It's just very cool to see one of our own at UNCP, Pops Miller, getting the love and appreciation and what he did for the Ohio State men's basketball program.
Yeah, he was able to haul in 176 wins for Ohio State, was here for 10 seasons, and what was amazing about it, it's been reported a couple different places, is that those were 10 one-year contracts. I can imagine the kind of stress of being able to recruit, not knowing, man, are they going to bring me back next year? But he was able to do it. Eventually parted ways with the program, amicably at least, but he won an NIT championship. You know, he did a lot of amazing things here at Ohio State. This is a very storied basketball program, one of the most storied colleges, universities in the entire country, and the fact that he came here, had a lot of success, is one of the really cool things to see. And not only is he coming back here as a guest of Ohio State, he's coming back as a volunteer assistant for his own son, Ben, who's leading the UNCP program to new heights that, you know, that program is very seldom seen, and that's just a really cool thing for everybody to be able to experience here in this one.
So much history at Ohio State, and for Pops Miller to be a part of that, it's very cool. And you know, he's been honored at some of these other exhibition sites that UNCP has been to. Pops Miller made a lot of coaching stops and had a lot of success. And that includes here at Ohio State, where he made 4 NCAA tournaments over his 10 years and racked up a ton of wins. 47 years as a coach overall, and chipping in still, of course, as a volunteer assistant coach for the UNCP Braves. Well, we'll see what he has to say along with the other coaches in the locker room as UNCP trails Ohio State 42-24 at the half. Let's go to another break. When we come back, just a few minutes away as the Braves and the Buckeyes will take the floor once again for the final 20 minutes on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
And we're back here in Columbus, just under 5 minutes left, and we'll be back for the second half for UNCP and Ohio State men's basketball. 42-24 is the score, and Sam is going to be handling the play-by-play in the second half. But Sam, you look at the first half, and the Braves struggling with the converting, but you appreciate their attack in the rim. And for me, you look at Carson Mounts and James Murray Boyles. They've combined to go 5 for 14. But you love to see that aggression because 2 or 3 of those were close to going in, and the touch wasn't quite there. But you got to appreciate, despite a size disadvantage, the aggression and the confidence attacking in the paint.
About halfway through that first half, UNCP was actually trailing in shot differential. They were being outshot by Ohio State by 7, which, you know, doesn't sound like a big number, but when that's only about 8 or 9 minutes into a game, you extrapolate that out a little bit, you're going to have some problems. But at the end of the first half, UNCP had taken 29 field goals to Ohio State's 31, so they're coming closer on that. They're coming back to it. UNCP still only hit on 9 of their field goals compared to Ohio State making good on 15 of theirs, shooting 48% from the field. You know, that right now is a little bit of the difference, as well as the turnovers and offensive rebounds. But part of the reason why Ohio State's field goal percentage is so much higher than UNCP's right now is because of those offensive boards pulling it down underneath the hoop. You either got a nice attempt to be able to put it back up, or you can kick it out for possibly a wide open three, and that's what Ohio State's been able to do. You know, Caleb Wesson, although it goes down as a field goal attempt, him just tapping it back in, you know, that's pretty uncontested.
And you look at the rebound numbers being very ugly, 28-13 in favor of Ohio State, but I guarantee in the locker room, the coaching staff, Ben Miller, of course the head coach for UNCP, talking about get a body on somebody. You know, I mean, it's easier said than done because Ohio State has the size advantage. That's how it's going to be when you're playing a Big Ten foe that's got high hopes this year, and you're a Division II team in the Braves. But if you get a body on someone, you can narrow that margin. The Braves are likely going to get out-rebounded, even if they had a, let's say, a perfect fundamental rebounding day, probably still going to get out-rebounded. But if you're being more than doubled on the glass, that's an area of concern, and I think the coaching staff, even if they can't get it corrected tonight, that's part of the reason you play this game, right? When you're playing Clayton State, when you're playing Augusta, who beat South Carolina, by the way, in an exhibition game earlier this week, you're going to need to box them out, and those are teams that you hope you don't get out-rebounded by, because you shouldn't if you're a great rebounding team. So that's why this game is just so valuable. It's things like that, rebounding and turning the ball over, in which you can watch it on film and gain that experience and use it to become a great team down the road.
And defensively for UNCP, you know, they allowed 42 points in that first half, but I thought that they've actually played very well in terms of guarding the three ball for Ohio State, something that they've tried to come out and do quite a bit. A third of their shots so far have been from three land. They've only gone 2 of 10. That's a really solid percentage for UNCP to be holding Ohio State at. Now, Ohio State shooters aren't going to be knocking down the lights anytime soon. But, you know, they're still Division I Big Ten athletes. They're very solid from behind the arc, and for UNCP to be holding them to that while also shooting 3 of 6 on their own, you know, that's not too shabby. I'm wondering whether in the second half we'll see Ben Miller want the Braves to kind of stretch the floor a little bit more, maybe try and get in the fast break a touch more often, and possibly look for a few more threes to be had.
Yeah, you don't just want to be launching up threes willy-nilly, obviously. But, Sam, frankly, we were kind of talking about it off the air, is when the possession is so stagnant, if you're UNCP, sometimes you kind of make a statement. If someone just has the confidence to pull the trigger, UNCP has capable shooters. You know, they're not Golden State Warriors, but, you know, they can shoot the basketball. And if you're given that space, because UNCP was struggling to finish around the hoop, if you can knock down a 3 or 2, that's going to really help your confidence, and that's going to throw the defense off balance. And 3 of 6 is a mark right now from downtown, in which, for me, I'd like to see UNCP be a little more aggressive. And I think part of it's just been the hesitation. Especially early, UNCP was a little bit hesitant. Some of these guys can just pull the trigger. Even if you don't make it, that's okay. Got to have the confidence to shoot here, even on this stage.
Yeah, and one thing, you know, I think it's kind of interesting, and how you mentioned, you know, sometimes you just take a 3. If you knock it down, it kind of gets the momentum going. Good old-fashioned heat check. You know, that gets the players going. You see if you drain it. If you do, great. If not, maybe somebody comes down with an offensive board. But hey, you know, it's about putting those shots up as long as they're quality looks. You can't, like you said, you can't just be hooking them up willy-nilly. It will be interesting to see the offensive philosophy for the Braves coming into the second half, when they shot 31% from the field on a lot of looks from the low block with JB and Carson Mounts. And here to start the second half, Carson Mounts in the game, as well as James Murray Boyles. Up top, David Struthers there. Ikea Pruitt into the game, as well as Tyrell Kirk. That'll be the starting 5 here for the second half for the Braves. UNCP will start with the ball here in the second half. JB will inbound it at the timeline. 20 minutes on the clock. UNCP down 42-24, and we're underway here from Columbus in the second half of this ball game. Braves moving left to right on your radio. It's a shot put up there by Pruitt, blocked by Wesson, and Ohio State makes good on their first defensive possession of the second half. Now CJ Jackson with it, going down low, posts his man up, shot off the backboard, off the rim, offensive rebound to Ohio State, shot put up from 3, no good. Offensive rebound there by Wesson, and he's fouled on his shot attempt after pulling it down. And again, the same problems plaguing UNCP that happened in the first half.
Well, if you're the Braves, you did a great job of contesting that initial drive to the rim and the hook shot from Jackson. And then the three from the outside, you'll take that if you're UNCP because Buckeyes are 2 of 11 from downtown. But the offensive rebounds just killing the Braves. And, you know, look, we're kind of focusing on the Braves as Caleb Wesson makes the first free throw for the Buckeyes. But Ohio State looks like they're going to be a pretty good offensive rebounding team this year. A lot of height, a lot of athleticism, and they crash the boards hard.
Wesson now up to 9 points in this game. Second free throw on its way is good, so make it 10. He's into double digits here in this one, and Ohio State's up 44-24, 30 seconds into the second half. Braves coming back the other way here on the near side. Tyrell Kirk with it. Gets it to Carson Mounds at the top. Pass it along. All the way back to Struther. Fires it over to Kirk. Near side to Pruitt. Hands it off to Kirk. Screen by Mounts. Kirk out wide. To Struther, throws up the three off the iron, no good. Offense or rebound goes to Caleb Wesson. Ohio State back the other way. Fast break pass hits Andre Wesson in stride, who throws it down with the slam. 46-24, Ohio State a minute into the second half. Here's Tyrell Kirk with the ball, dribbles it off his own foot, able to pick it up, diving on the floor, and finally a jump ball is going to be called with C.J. Jackson, I believe, over his back, with Luther Muhammad in there as well. And the possession arrow pointing the way of the Buckeyes, so they'll take over.
Ohio State really ramping up the intensity here. The first minute of this second half, UNCP has got to try and match that. The Buckeyes are focused.
Kyle Young will inbound it. David Struther right on the hip of C.J. Jackson, bringing it up the court. Hand off to Young, whips it on around to Muhammad. Tries to get it into the low post, but it's picked off. Tyrell Kirk with it. Passes it off. David Struther. Struther picks up his dribble. Hits Murray Boyles, driving baseline underneath the hoop. Tries to hook it around. And an air ball on it on the layup. Outlet pass here to Wesson. Gives it up to Muhammad. Back out for Wesson. He's going to take a three. Caleb Wesson off the front iron. Rebound goes to the Braves and Struther. Struther on the near side wing, trying to get it into the post to Pruitt, but has to give it outside to Mounts, whose pass in is deflected back out to Struther. 18 minutes left to go here in this ball game. Ohio State leads 46-24. David Struther with it outside of the three-point arc. Now passes it to Kirk, who takes a three in and out. It'll rattle around Wesson, Caleb Wesson that is, picks it up on the baseline. Now Kyle Young with the outlet pass, gets it to him, goes up for the dunk, ends up laying it in, he's fouled, and an and one for Kyle Young. And it's been a raucous start for Ohio State here in the second half, a 6-0 run. And Kyle Young a chance to make it a 7-0 run with the and one.
Well, there's a miscommunication there in transition defensively. No one picked up Kyle Young, and by the time Tyrell Kirk was able to try and come over to defend Young, he was already right at the rim, so UNCP transition defense struggling there.
Young's free throw no good, but there's that big man Caleb Wesson on the offensive rebound, throws it underneath the hoop to the cutting Andre Wesson, a brother-to-brother connection, a beautiful pass, lays it up and in easily. 50-24 Ohio State. Struther looking to drive, but he's fouled going in. That's C.J. Jackson committing the offense. First foul of the half on Ohio State. The Braves will get wholesale changes here. Spencer Levi into the game, as well as Micah Kinsey, Cam Hamilton, and Jamal Bryant. The only person staying in is JB. Same kind of change we saw from Coach Miller at the start of the first half. Inbound pass comes to Kinsey. Near side now to Bryant. Bryant being defended well. Passes it out to Hamilton. Far side of the court now. That's Kinsey with it. Tries to give it down low to JB in the post, but he's fouled by Kyle Young on his back. And we're gonna get a change for Ohio State. Micah Potter is gonna check in. Kyle Young out.
Young could not believe the call there. He almost sprinted away. He couldn't even look at the official. But the official pointed at him and said, no, you fouled him.
Braves get the ball back inbound. Kinsey with it. Looking to drive, gets a screen from Levi, pulls up off the back iron. Rebound goes to Wesson, but it's stolen away from the Braves, tipped all the way back. Now a pass to Hamilton, puts up the three, no good, hits off the iron, Kinsey trying to track it down in between some Buckeyes. Ball gets tipped around into the stands. Somebody falls into the stands for Ohio State. They're trying to be picked up now. Having a lot of trouble picking him up. The ball's going to stay with UNCP. So I believe that was Andre Wesson going flying into the stands, trying to keep that ball alive for Ohio State.
Unbelievable effort by Kinsey. Kinsey sprinted that ball down among white jerseys and knocked it off a Buckeyes player to keep possession.
Micah Kinsey here tries to get it down low to Levi, but it's tipped away, stolen by C.J. Jackson, leading the fast break, going up, gets the layup onto the boards, but he's fouled. No good on the layup as he goes sprawling onto the floor. He'll shoot two.
That's some strength there from C.J. Jackson. I mean, he's listed at 6'1", 175, but once he gets the defender on his hip, it is tough to get around. He will keep you there, an experienced senior out of Charlotte, and he has done a fantastic job for the Buckeyes this offseason, including their trip to Spain. He's going to be a great guard this year for the Buckeyes.
First free throw on the way from Jackson, lips out. Jackson shot 79% from the charity stripe last season. No good on that first one. It's 50-24 Ohio State. 4 minutes, or just about 3.5 minutes gone here in the second half. Second free throw snaps the net, and it's 51-24 Buckeyes. Mikey Kinsey brings it back the other way for UNCP. Passes it off to Murray Boyles. Jab step. Takes a long two off the front iron and falls into the waiting hands of Caleb Wesson for the rebound. C.J. Jackson will bring it back for Ohio State. Drives to the hoop. Nobody's there to guard him. Puts it in with one hand. He has some elite court vision. Finding that hole, hitting it hard. So he's now up to 8 points in this one. Murray Boyles with it for UNCP. Down low to Levi. Backing down. Wesson with one hand puts it home with Wesson on his back. Good job there by Spencer Levi, the transfer out of University of Dallas. Not being afraid to back down a guy who was on the Big Ten all-rookie team last season. Now Ohio State down low to Wesson, who spins around Levi and lays it in off the glass. Levi on one end, Wesson returns the favor on the other. It's 55-26 Ohio State. Hamilton looking to drive, dishes it out. Now back inside to Levi. Taking down Wesson, he's double teamed, kicks it back out to Hamilton. Muhammad on Hamilton, gets it inside. Levi spins. Was he fouled on the floor? He was. As C.J. Jackson tried to take the charge, but instead is hit with the blocking foul. That'll be the first.
Can we talk about the fact that Levi just scored on 270-pound Caleb Wesson? Spencer Levi, the D3 All-American, coming through with the hook shot. That's a great sign. He was playing D3, and now he's playing on a Big Ten floor.
And with that, that's the first media timeout here in the second half. It's Ohio State 55, UNCP 26. We'll be back in a second here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Welcome back here on the UNCP Sports Network alongside Chris Clayton, Sam Jelinek here from Columbus, Ohio on the campus of the Ohio State University at Value City Arena. UNCP trailing the Buckeyes 55-26 with 15:21 to go here in the second half. So far in this one for the Braves, it's been a story of not getting enough shots to fall. 10 of 37 from the floor compared to 20 of 39 for Ohio State in this one. So that's been the real difference for Ohio State. They've kind of taken it up a notch here in the second half as well, pulling away, nearly doubling up the Braves right now, but there's a lot of positives for the Braves to take out. And Chris, you mentioned it right before we went to break with Spencer Levi backing down Caleb Wesson.
You just love to see that. No fear. I mean, it's a guy that was playing Division III basketball less than a year ago, and now all of a sudden on this November 1st, he's playing at Ohio State, and he's going at who's going to be one of the best posts likely in the Big Ten this season, and having no fear. Yes, Weston scored on him on the other end, but you love to see Levi's development here starting on day one.
Braves will have the ball here on the inbound underneath their own hoop. Nice play given to Pruitt, not able to finish though. Wanted the slam, ended up trying to lay it home, but no dice. Rebound to Ohio State and back the other way. Dwayne Washington Jr. tries for the inlet pass, nearly steals it off of the rebound for UNCP as a three taken by Jamal Bryant, no good. Hits off the iron and rebound for Ohio State. They'll slow things down now with CJ Jackson taking it over the timeline. 55-26, Ohio State, under 15 minutes left in this one. Outside, Micah Potter tries to hand it out, but it's stolen by Cam Hamilton on the fast break. The other way, goes up for the layup, gets fouled, shot no good. And he'll go to the charity stripe to shoot two. And Cam Hamilton, David Struther, and Micah Kinsey have been really handsy as guards for UNCP.
Well, we talked about it. I mean, part of the reason, a huge reason UNCP is the back-to-back Peach Belt champions is their disruption, their ability to force turnovers and block shots. Tonight, UNCP's only blocked one shot, but that's because it's Ohio State. So what have they done? They've stolen the ball 9 times. The Buckeyes are having trouble with that, and UNCP not really finishing as often as you'd like on the other end, but they are aggressive, whether it's a guard or a post. They will steal the ball away if you show it to them.
First free throw for Cam Hamilton is good, and like you said, back-to-back Peach Belt Conference regular season champs as well as tournament champions. And just earlier today, UNCP was picked to finish first by the coaches in the Peach Belt Conference once again the second straight season, so high expectations for these Braves. Hamilton's second free throw hits the back iron, but an offensive rebound for Akia Pruitt dishes it back outside to Micah Kinsey. He's going to take a three. Short, hits off the iron, rebounded by Ohio State. Back the other way comes CJ Jackson running the floor. Gives it out wide to Keyshawn Woods. Now all the way back inside, hits Musa Jallo. As Ohio State's going to turn the ball over there.
To carry. Carries the call, palming.
Looked like a, yeah, you're right. So UNCP down 55-27, 14.5 minutes to go here in the second half. Cam Hamilton with it, right outside of the three-point arc, taking on his man Musa Jallo. Steps back for the three off the iron. Rebound there by Andre Wesson. Wesson will take it back the other way. Tries to give it out wide to Keyshawn Woods. Hits off his fingertips, able to keep it with him though. Woods back up top to Washington Jr. Gets the screen. Back out wide to Wesson. Tries to drive inside. Good defense by the Braves. They're able to stop the shot. Fast break the other way. Dished out to Kinsey. Hamilton in the far corner. Guarded by Jallo. Now down inside to Spencer Levi. Underneath the hoop. Puts it home off the glass. Backing down to his man Andre Wesson. He's taking out Caleb Wesson. Why not the other one now too? And it looks like Ohio State's going to call a timeout here after UNCP and Spencer Levi gets another one on the board here. It's 55-29. Ohio State will take another timeout. With 13:29 to go here in this one, UNCP trails 55-29 here from Columbus, Ohio on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Welcome back to Value City Arena here with Chris Clayton. I'm Sam Jelinek. The Braves trailing the Buckeyes right now. It's Ohio State 55, UNCP 29 with 13.5 minutes left to go in the second half. Some statistical highlights for the Braves so far. Right now, Spencer Levi, he's put up 7 points, 3 of 3. He just ended right before that timeout was taken by Ohio State by posting up on Andre Wesson and finishing after he done that earlier here in this one to Caleb Wesson. You know, Spencer Levi, he looks pretty good down in the post here early on.
Absolutely. You mentioned 3 of 3 from the field, and he has been strong defensively as well. There's a obvious weight and strength advantage with Ohio State in this game, but UNCP has done a great job, and that includes Spencer Levi, utilizing their length, challenging outside shots, and forcing turnovers. 4 turnovers for Ohio State in the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And for UNCP, the shots aren't really falling right now, but they are for Spencer Levi, who's 3 for 3. And he does also have 3 fouls, by the way, but you gotta love his fight down low as he's taking it right at the Buckeyes post.
Yeah, it seems like the kind of motto with that is going to be go to the well till it runs dry with Spencer Levi for now. 3 of 3 from the floor, 7 points in total. Ohio State has the ball. They'll inbound it and toss it all the way back into their own half court to Keyshawn Woods. Now Dwayne Washington Jr. around the top of the arc. Now inside to Micah Potter. Backs down Spencer Levi, and a foul called on Levi as he was trying to make sure that Potter didn't back down on him too much. That'll be the 4th foul on Spencer Levi in this one. And Carson Mounts is going to come off the bench and replace Levi. So just as soon as Levi was getting hot on the offensive end, he's going to have to check out with Mounts replacing him, who's done very well, especially working off the low post. Inbound pass to Dwayne Washington Jr. near corner. 3 no good. It's long, but rebound Micah Potter. Throws up his hands trying to get rid of the ball. A foul called on him. So that foul call on Jamal Bryant. And Micah Potter's going to go to the line. They said he was. So Micah Potter will shoot the free throw here. It's 55-29 Ohio State. First free throw coming. And Potter snaps the net with it. First one good, 56-29, 13-15 left in this one.
Potter looks good. He's a guy that played in 29 games last year, a junior, 6'9", 240, academic, all Big Ten. He looks like a guy that's going to be someone the Buckeyes can lean on this year.
Second free throw good as well, make it 57-29 Ohio State. Now UNCP and Micah Kinsey back down the other end of the court. Kinsey picks up his dribble, passes it to Carson Mounts, trying to back down on Potter, gets it inside to Akia Pruitt, throws up the shot with the hook, and he's fouled by Kyle Young as he's going up, so he'll shoot 2 from the free throw line now. Ben Miller's offensive philosophy with this UNCP team is really 15 feet and in, use what the Braves are good at, backing down the low post, getting some easy looks. And those looks haven't been very easy to come by here against Ohio State, but they've done a good job sticking to their own game plan. As Pruitt with his first free throw is good. 57-30 now. UNCP trails.
And to be fair, we mentioned at the halftime break, UNCP was 3 of 6 from downtown. We wanted to see maybe some more 3-point attempts. Well, UNCP has already taken 6 this half, but they haven't hit any of them. So now they're going back to the post.
Second free throw good for Pruitt. 57-31, under the 13-minute mark here in this one. Braves will bring a little high pressure up the court now as well. Kinsey on the ball. Now the pass out wide to Washington. Throwing it around the top of the arc, back to Keyshawn Woods. Washington in the far corner. Gets it back up top to Woods, drives inside, kicks it back out to Jallo. He'll come inside, try to throw it across, deflected. Ball falls to Kyle Young, goes for the free throw. Arco's up for the layup, gets fouled. He'll go for 3 free throws now.
That's just a tough break for UNCP. I mean, that should have been a steal. Great job by Cam Hamilton to get the deflection. Somehow it rolled right to Kyle Young, and then Mounts was forced to foul him. So great defense by the Braves, just an unlucky roll.
Not only did it fall straight to Kyle Young, it fell to him in stride to go to the basket as he shoots his first free throw up and good.
Looked like a bounce pass off the hip of Hamilton.
And that's that handsy UNCP defense, just constantly everywhere, trying to get a hand on the ball at all times. Sometimes it falls in their favor. That time it did not. 58-31, Ohio State. Young with his second free throw here, rattles in and out. Rebound goes to UNCP, and Tyrell Kirk, who checks back into the game. Akia Pruitt driving, goes inside. Couldn't tell if the shot was blocked or he tried to pass it. Gives it off to Muntz, however, and it's out of play, or out of bounds anyways. Ohio State's ball. Braves will give a little full court look here, trying to trap Ohio State. Able to break it easy. Dwayne Washington throws it down low high for Micah Potter, who comes down with it, jumps back up off the glass and good with the and one. Fouled on his way up. And Micah Potter with another and one opportunity. He's got 12 points in this one. 4 of 4 from the floor, 4 of 5 from the charity stripe as well in just 11 minutes played.
And on that end one, his work started before he even touched the ball. He got deep positioning inside the block, pinned the defender behind him in Pruitt, and UNCP has got to start defending him earlier. Don't let him get that deep, otherwise you're toast.
Potter perfect with the free throw. So it's 61-31 Ohio State. 12-19 left in this game, and we'll get a change here for Ohio State. Micah Potter comes out, and Jaden Ledee will come in, the freshman out of Houston, Texas. 4-star recruit out of the Kincaid School, number 103 nationally for Ohio State. Braves in possession and suddenly out of possession as the pass intended for James Murray Boyles clanks off his hands into the UNCP bench. A turnover, and Ohio State back the other way. Keyshawn Woods will bring it up the court, just crosses the timeline on the logo. Backing down on Kinsey. Still with it, tries to cross him up, drives, kicks it out wide to Washington Jr. Now back up top to Woods, who's 3-ball no good. The UNCP with the rebound, Tyrell Kirk with it. Whipped all the way around to Micah Kinsey. Trying to drive on Woods. Kicks it back up top, 3-ball Kirk, it's good. And UNCP now trailing by 27, 61-34, 11.5 minutes left. Washington kicks it out wide. Now inside here for Keyshawn Woods, but the putback attempt no good. But unfortunately for UNCP on the rebound, looked like Tyrell Kirk stepped on the out-of-bounds line, so it'll be a turnover. Ohio State will have possession, a timeout taken, media timeout under 12. It's Ohio State 61, UNCP 34. We'll take a break here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
And welcome back to Value City Arena. It's Ohio State 61, UNCP 34, here from Columbus, Ohio. First game of the season for UNCP, first exhibition. Their next matchup, they'll be taking on Newberry on November 9th, and then on the 10th, taking on Catawba as well. That'll be on the road in a neutral site matchup. For Ohio State, on the other hand, they're going to be heading on November 7th to take on Cincinnati in Cincinnati. It'll be the first regular season meeting between the Bearcats and the Buckeyes since 1921, so nearly 100 years since those two teams have faced off. They've played in the NCAA Tournament, but never before have these two in-state foes met since 1921.
That's amazing, being in the same state, obviously. So that'll be a fun matchup. Two great programs, too, not just geographically pretty close, so that'll be a fun one. Be tracking that, of course, as we track UNCP, another hopefully special 2018-19 campaign at the D2 level.
Ohio State will inbound it. Dwayne Washington Jr. gets it. Wide open three, can't hit. Offensive rebound goes to Kyle Young in Ohio State. He puts it back up and good. So offensive rebounds continuing to hurt UNCP. It's 63-34 Ohio State. 11 minutes to go. UNCP with it. Akia Pruitt will take a three off the back iron. No good. Foul called down the floor on Ohio State. So UNCP catches a break there. 23. Jason Ledee called with Keyshawn Woods called with the foul. UNCP will get a second opportunity here. Murray Boyles to inbound it, finds Akia Pruitt just outside of the arc. Passes it around to Mounts, inside to Pruitt, spins, loses control, picks it back up, throws it up and good. Fouled as well for the and one.
Wow, kind of chucked that one up above his shoulder. In traffic, took the contact. That's a beautiful finish. And I think we saw a little frustration from Pruitt there, getting off his chest, as he's not been very efficient. He was 1 for 6 before that make, but he's been fighting and scrapping down low. He's had some hook shots that have just rolled out somehow, but got that one to go. And the all-peach pelt performer showing what he's going to be doing all season for UNCP.
Pruitt's free throw up. It's going to hit the front iron. No good, but an offensive rebound for Tyrell Kirk. Great effort there. Now out wide to David Struther. Three-ball swish. Money there for UNCP, 63-39. 10.5 minutes left in this one. Braves continue with a little bit of full court pressure. Kirk on ball here. Now over for Ohio State. Struther guarding Keyshawn Woods. Up top to Jallo. Out wide to Washington Jr. Kirk backing him down. Now the ball given off to Woods, driving, kicks it back out wide to Washington. He drains a three from the far side wing. 66-39, Ohio State in front. Now UNCP back the other way. Murray Boyles with it, gives it off to Akia Pruitt. Mounts just inside of the three-point line. I think that ball was blocked.
Coach Miller thought it was a foul. He's right in the official's face saying, hey, Mike, I got hit in the wrist.
Yeah, that ball came up well short, so I don't expect Mounts would have shot that ball and come up as short as he did.
It was kind of a knuckleball, too, so either that ball was blocked or he was hit on the wrist. And Coach Miller thinks it's his arm.
And I think they're going to say that it was deflected by an Ohio State player, as UNCP is going to inbound it. Murray Boyles to Pruitt, up top to Struther, finds a Tyrell Kirk in the near corner open. Shot no good. Mounts trying for the rebound, but it bounces out of play. He was jostling around there with Jaden Ledee. So it's Ohio State ball, leading 66-39, 9:50 left in this ball game here from Columbus. Washington Jr. brings it up. Braves try to trap him. He gets it out wide to Keyshawn Woods. Gives it back to Washington. Probing here, gets a screen. Washington still with it, Mounts on a mismatch, but he's pickpocketed there by David Struther on the fast break. Easy layup off the glass. 66-41, 9:20 left in the game. For Struther, his second steal of the evening. The Braves have garnered 10 in total. Washington to Woods. Kicks it all the way out wide to Jallo. He's going to take a three off the rim and rebounded there by Akia Pruitt. Now to Kirk. Takes on Washington. Tries to pass it down low to Mounts. And a foul called going UNCP's way. Looks like it'll be a 1-and-1.
Sam, Ohio State fans are going to look at this box score and say, wow, we had 16 turnovers? That's frustrating. We've got to work on that, which is fine. But Also, UNCP has done a great job forcing turnovers. They have been disruptive and aggressive, as they always are. They have 10 steals. They are not your typical Division II team defensively, so the Braves deserve a ton of credit for what they've done on the defensive end.
Mounts' free throw, hangs on the rim for a second, doesn't fall the Braves' way. Ohio State with the rebound, so no points there for the Braves. Ohio State back the other way, near side corner three there for Justin Ahrens. Hits the three, his first collegiate points as well. Ahrens, sorry. 69-41, Ohio State, 8.5 minutes left. Strother driving, gets inside, or layup no good, tried to be tipped back in. Ohio State will rebound. It was Ahia Pruitt trying to knock it home. Now on the fast break, Musa Jallo gets it underneath the net, but with his velocity going towards the rim, can't steady up to put up a shot, so Ohio State will reset things. Keyshawn Woods up top, back to Jallo. Now some hand fighting there between Ledee down on a low block, and the foul on UNCP. 8th team foul on UNCP as Spencer Levi's going to check back into this one. He has 4 personal fouls. Carson Mounts comes out. Jaden Ledee now at the line for Ohio State. 8 minutes left from Value City Arena. Ledee's first is perfect and good, 70-41 Ohio State.
Well, you can see Ledee's a little bit raw. He's got some development to do, but he's going to be a great player. I mean, you look at 6'9", 230 as a freshman right out of high school. Highly touted player. He's going to be a great post for the Buckeyes down the road.
Second free throw good as well. With the old saying, you can't teach height.
Nope.
UNCP quickly back the other way. In possession, David Strother gives it up to Kirk. Kirk taking on Woods, tries to cross him up. Gets a screen from Levi, hands it off to Strother. Washington Jr. on Strother, 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Kirk to Levi, all the way back around for Strother, and a foul called on Tyrell Kirk. So they'll turn the ball over for UNCP, and it'll be a media timeout as well at the under 8 mark. With 7 minutes, 48 seconds left to go in this one. It's Ohio State 71, UNCP 41. We'll take a break here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Welcome back here on the UNCP Sports Network. The Braves taking on the Ohio State University. It's
okay.
The Ohio State.
It looks like they've converted you.
They got me.
That was quick.
It's Ohio State 71, UNCP 41 with 7 minutes, 48 seconds to go. We were just talking about this a little off air right here. In a game like this, when you're going up against, you know, a team that probably wasn't picked to be in the top half of the Big Ten, but still, you know, the Big Ten's an extremely good conference, and this was a team that was a very high seed in the NCAA Tournament last year. You got to find the positives in a game like this, and for the Braves, there are many of them.
Yeah, and for Ohio State, you know, they are certainly a team that can be an NCAA Tournament team, and if their freshmen really come through, the Luther Muhammad and Jadon Ledee, and if some of their, not even just freshmen, but some of their graduate transfers and players really surprise, they could be a top half team in the Big Ten. And that's phenomenal experience here for UNCP. The Braves are down by 30. It's a big mark. But after the Braves are down 11-2 early, and if they felt really deflated, they were also down 9-0. since then it's been competitive. You know, UNCP's had some glaring issues, especially rebounding, but I think the Braves should be proud of the way they've played so far.
So I thought the Braves committed a foul right before we went to that timeout. Instead, it was actually Ohio State and Ahrens who committed that foul. So Akia Pruitt at the line. He makes the first, 71-42. UNCP trails. Second free throw on its way. Hits the front iron off the backboard and no good. With 7:43 in ticking left in this one. Wayne Washington with it. Guarded by Spencer Levi. Tries for the cross-court pass. Deflected by UNCP, but still makes its way to Ahrens. Back to Washington. Takes the three. No good. Ahrens tries for the running rebound as well as the slam. No dice. Braves on the fast break. Get it to Murray Boyles. His layup no good. Braves offensive rebound. Tyrell Kirk the three. Bangs off the iron. And the rebound goes to Ohio State and Joey Lane coming off the bench. First action we've seen for the senior guard. Ahrens in the corner takes the three. Clangs away, no good. Now on the floor for the rebound, Tyrell Kirk. He's going to get tangled up with an Ohio State player for a jump ball. Possession arrow pointing the way of the Braves. So they'll stay with the ball here, down 71-42, 7 minutes left. Ohio State going to a little bit of its depth here with Ahrens in the game as well as Joey Lane, academic all Big Ten honoree in 2017 and 18. Here's Tyrell Kirk with it. Passes it to Murray Boyles. Handed off to Strother. Back to Kirk. All the way around to Strother. Tries to drive. Probes in. Now comes all the way back out. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Strother pulls up for a two. Hits off the front of the rim. Karam's away. Rebound to Ohio State. Joey Lane running the fast break. Kicks it out wide to a wide open Ahrens. Can't hit the three though. And UNCP with the rebound, pushing it with their own pace back the other way to Murray Boyles. Takes a step back. Jay, swish and good. For UNCP, 71-44 now the score. 6 minutes left in this one.
Wow, smooth shot there from Murray Boyles. If he can hit that consistently, he will be tough to handle this year.
Wayne Washington looks to try and drive, but ends up picking up his dribble, lofts a pass to Lane, who kicks it out into the corner, driving in for Ohio State. That's looked like it was Jallo. So he ends up going up for the shot, or excuse me, goes up for the shot, ends up carrying out of play. So the Braves take over on that turnover. 71-44, 5:45 left. Strother brings it up the court for the Braves, gives it to Pruitt. Driving in on Ahrens, gets Ahrens to leap in the air, goes in with the left hand, but no good off the back of the rim. Rebound Ohio State. Washington Jr. with the ball, drives, layup no good. Spencer Levi pulls it down off the board. Kick out pass to Strother with it in the corner, gives it up to Murray Boyles, jacks up a three, gets it to go, and Murray Boyles feeling it here with a nice turnaround Jay, and then the three-point shot. 71-47 now the score, coming up on 5 minutes left in the ball game. Washington inside to Lede, back outside to Lane, jacks up the three, no good. Murray Boyles goes up for the rebound, gets tripped up, loses the ball. Jallo picks it up, gets an easy layup. And Murray Boyles was looking for the call, didn't get it. 73-47 Ohio State. Down low to Pruitt, backing down on Ahrens. Puts up a shot, rims out. Levi kicks it back up and over the backboard. That goes out of play. Substitution here for Ohio, or for UNCP rather. Micah Kinsey will come in. That ball is actually tipped over the board by Ohio State, so the Braves stay in possession. New shot clock at 30 seconds with 4 minutes, 44 seconds left.
Hopefully JB is okay. He was probably had the wind knocked out of him there as he was high in the air up for the rebound, got his legs taken out.
Danny Hummer is going to check in for Ohio State as well, so they're depleting their bench. On the inbounds pass, a foul called. So that's on Ohio State, so UNCP will be able to shoot some free throws. Joey Lane called for the infraction. Carson Mounts going to come on in as well. 73-47 Ohio State. Mounts coming in for Spencer Levi. Going to the line for the Braves, Akia Pruitt. Pruitt in this one, 8 points, as well as 3 of 5 from the line. Puts his first free throw up, it's no good, to make it 3 of 6. There's one thing he'd probably like to improve on from a year ago was 60% from the charity stripe, as he misses his second as well. So not a good day for Akia Pruitt from the free throw line. It's 73-47 Ohio State, 4.5 minutes left. Kicking around the top of the arc, inside pass to Jallo, receives, turns and shoots, no good. Rebound there to Ledee rather, hauls it in, puts it back up, gets fouled. Good job there by Jaden Ledee. Carson Mounts called for the foul. Even when Ohio State, you could argue these are more of their backups coming into this game, the offensive rebounding issues for UNCP persist.
Well, that's what we talked about, the potential of Jaden Ledee. I mean, he's just such an athlete. 6'9", it's the height, but it's also the athleticism as he hits the first free throw. And I think he's a guy that's going to really earn more and more minutes as the season progresses because his upside is there. He's got room to grow, but Chris Holtman has a lot of young talent that is likely going to get better and better over the course of the season.
Ledee hits the first free throw, now the second. It's 74-47, Ohio State in the lead. Clock ticking down to 4 minutes, 15 seconds left. Tyrell Kirk in possession, kicks it out wide to Micah Kinsey. Gets it down low to Akia Pruitt. Tries to pass it inside for Kinsey, who falls down. So the pass is stolen. Ohio State back the other way. Aaron's tried to throw up a pump fake 3, then drive, but ends up traveling. So the turnover, and UNCP will take back over.
I think we're seeing a little bit of nerves from Aarons. He's 1 of 4 from the field. He's a phenomenal scorer in high school. He holds his high school record for points in a season and career points. A great shooter, but we haven't really seen that tonight.
David Struther looking to drive, gets a screen from Mounts, lays it off for Micah Kinsey, now to Tyrell Kirk. Inside to Mounts, backing down Ledee, puts up the hook shot, good. Nice job there by Carson Mounts. We've seen him do a lot of work on the low block and taking on an inexperienced freshman as well.
6'10", if you can hit that running hook, that is beautiful. What an option UNCP could have.
Danny Hummer trying to dribble around Micah Kinsey, ends up losing possession of the ball, gets kicked around a little bit. So the ball ends up out of play. We'll go to a media timeout, under 4 mark here in this one. It's Ohio State 75, UNCP 39 with 3 minutes, 29 seconds to go. You're listening to UNCP basketball here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Back here from Value City Arena, it's Ohio State 75, UNCP 49, with 3 minutes and 29 seconds left to go in this one, alongside Chris Clayton, Sam Jelinek here on the UNCP Sports Network. So glad you could join us on a Thursday evening, the 1st of November, and the start of the UNCP Braves basketball season, a journey that will hopefully end with them in the NCAA Tournament and beyond. A team that has won back-to-back Peach Belt Conference Tournament champions. Should be interesting to see what they have going for them after this tough test against Ohio State. Not going the way the Braves have wanted. They've been able to fight back here in the second half and put up some good numbers.
They have, and there's a lot of tape, if you will, for individual players too. There's a lot that the coaches will harp on about the team getting better as a whole, communication and talking defensively, but also individual players for UNCP. Guys like Spencer Levi and Carson Mounts, and all these guys have these subtle things in their game that they can review here and take into the season, which is now right around the corner. So this is a great way to start the year. And for me, I think that's a very good sign to see the development Carson Mounts has made after redshirting and missing all of last year. He looks like he's made some great strides.
Off the rebound, Ohio State gets it inside to Jadon Ledee. Goes up for the shot, gets fouled. He'll go to the stripe again. Micah Kinsey on the foul. So definitely seems like in terms of this kind of second style squad for Ohio State, Jadon Ledee has kind of been the star for them, getting a lot of opportunities. Back at the charity stripe here. First shot up, no good off the back iron. Score stays 75-49, 3:24 to go in this one.
Sometimes with freshmen, they're a bench player, and then come February, they're averaging double figures. You know, that happens sometimes, so you never know.
Second free throw snaps the twine. 76-49, Ohio State in front. David Strother will bring it back the other way for the Braves. Guarded by Danny Hummer, transfer from Air Force. Kicked out to Micah Kinsey. Drives inside. Nice bounce pass there to Akia Pruitt. Pump fakes a shot, now backs down on his man. Puts up the shot, no good. Rebound goes to Kirk. Out wide, three ball for Strother, it's good. He hits the three. 76-52 now the score. Braves trailing by 24. Under 3 minutes to go. Out of the high press, Ohio State able to get across the timeline. Usajalo tries to drive inside, gets his pocket picked back the other way. Come the Braves on the fast break. Fancy footwork there by Strother at the rim. Unable to get the shot to go, however. And the Braves steal it again. This time it's Micah Kinsey. Goes up for the layup, blocked, but the foul called. Back-to-back steals there for UNCP on both possessions. One ending in a missed layup. This second one, some foul shots.
First thing, you love to see UNCP continue not just to fight, but showing tenacity and attention to detail on the full court press, forcing turnovers, picking up steals. But also, as we've seen all game, UNCP has struggled to finish off these steals.
The first free throw for Micah Kinsey, no good. Score stays at 76-52, 2.5 minutes left. Keyshawn Woods checks back into the game for Musa Jallo. Second free throw on its way here from Kinsey. Puts it up and gets it home. 76-53 our score.
Broke a string of 4 straight missed free throws by UNCP.
So the Braves continuing to press up on Ohio State. Keyshawn Woods in possession for the Buckeyes. Gives it at the logo there to Hummer. Gets a screen, charges into the paint, kicks it out wide to Aarons. Three ball off the back of the rim, and no good. Braves coming the other way. Some fancy handles there for Tyrell Kirk, but he was fouled. And the Braves in the double bonus will get to shoot 2 free throws here. Foul called on Danny Hummer, and for a guy who came in off the bench the past couple of minutes, that's already his third.
He's playing to win, all right? he's playing hard.
Hummer transferred from Air Force and only played in 11 games for the academy over 2 seasons. First shot on its way for Kirk, snaps the net, 76-54. Some wholesale changes coming for UNCP. Murray Boyles coming in, Akia Pruitt out, Cam Hamilton in, Spencer Levi back into the game, as well as Jamal Bryant. For the Braves here in the second half, at the last media timeout, they'd kept it to a 33-25 second half score, and they're close to making this thing a 20-point ball game, down 76-55 after the second free throw was good from Kirk. 2 minutes left. Ohio State leads by 21. Hummer in possession. Passes it somehow through the legs of Murray Boyles to Aarons, who crosses the court with the pass and gets it to Joey Lane, who knocks it home for the three. Rattles it in. The crowd erupts for the walk-on to get the 3 ball there, and driving is Tyrell Kirk for UNCP off the backboard, then the rim, no good. Ohio State on the fast break the other way. Keyshawn Woods tries to outlet pass it, but it's deflected, stolen by UNCP. Go for the alley-oop to JB. can't dunk it, but he goes for the layup off the glass and good, 79-57. 1:15 left in this one. Braves try to trap Hummer. Gets it out to the near, or far corner rather, for Joey Lane. This time the three won't go. UNCP with the rebound. Cam Hamilton on the other side for UNCP, jacks up his own. Can't get it to fall, but the foul called. So that one called on Ohio State, with the Braves in the double bonus. We'll have a chance to shoot some more free throws. Foul on Hummer.
Of course it was. That's 4. Sam wanted to take this time to mention the all Peach Belt soccer teams were released for UNCP as Hamilton hits the first free throw. And for UNCP, second team selections for Stacy Scott, Gina Ryan, and for the first time, Brianna Decuteau, all Peach Belt selections as well. And shockingly, might I add, Gina Ryan was not an all Peach Belt selection, which, are we biased? Maybe a little bit, but that does not seem right to me to be probably the best keeper in the conference, not on the all Peach Belt team.
Hamilton good with the second free throw. And it's back to a 21-point game, or a 20-point game now as we go under 1 minute. 79-59, Ohio State in front. Braves continue with the high press, trying to trap. Keyshawn Woods with it. Gives it off now near corner for Aarons. Throws it up, no good, excuse me. That was Hummer with the shot, can't get the three to go. Outlet pass ahead to Spencer Levi. The layup was able to change handles mid-air, gets it to go. 79-61, 18-point game. And Braves continue to press on Ohio State. They cross the timeline. Now with the ball, Joey Lane. Now Keyshawn Woods, right in front of the Ohio State logo, gets a screen, comes off of it, kicks it back out to Jadon Ledee, fakes a three, now will shoot the three, and it's good. Nothing but net for the three, and Ledee continues to impress here for the freshman. 81-61, 10 seconds left. So the ball goes inside to Murray Boyles. He'll get the easy layup, and Ohio State off the inbounds will just run out the clock. Your final score here from Value City Arena. It's Ohio State 81, UNCP 63. The Braves able to have a good amount of fight at the end of this one, making the final score look a little bit nicer in their favor, but overall a lot of good fight from this Braves team. Some good things went their way, some bad things happened as well, but overall a positive experience.
Yeah, and you know, we could break down the stats, which we will, and look at the rebounding differential and some of the turnovers and field goal percentage, but UNCP continues to fight. I think it sounds like a cliche, but one of the biggest things the Braves displayed in this game is their character. They're champions. They're back-to-back defending champs, and they were picked to finish first once again as the preseason Peach Belt poll was released, the coaches poll yesterday, and they look like a champion. I mean, playing at Ohio State, continue to fight. They were struggling to finish around the rim in the first half. They started making shots in the key in the second half. Maybe it helped a little bit. Ohio State had some of their bench players in the game, but the Braves, we saw them, especially individual players, developed over the course of these 40 minutes, and we're going to see the team develop over the course of the non-conference slate as well. So UNCP, give them credit. I mean, there are a lot of Division IIs who would have lost by 50 in this game, and UNCP really played well. They were tenacious, and especially forcing turnovers and picking up steals. Chris Holtman and the Buckeyes going to need to shore that up, but UNCP deserves credit for the way they were able to force turnovers. And
especially considering that turnover margin, that tenacity on defense is the Braves' calling card even when they get to Peach Belt Conference play. The fact that was still their identity here against Ohio State, that they were still able to do that relatively well, that's a pretty amazing thing, because Ohio State, a team that can take care of the ball pretty good. They got some good ball handlers, but the Braves were able to still be able to force the turnovers when they needed them. You know, the one thing that they would have liked to go their way is get some shots to fall. They ended up only shooting 32% or 33% if you want to round up from the floor, compared to 44% for Ohio State. You know, Ohio State out-rebounded the Braves, but, you know, it's all good for UNCP moving forward. Their next game will be November 9th against Newberry, and then November 10th against Catawba. Unfortunately, we won't be able to bring those games to you, as that will fall on the same days as UNCP's final home football game, so we'll bring that to you instead. But here from Value City Arena, anything left to add, Chris?
Yes, I would say I got to bring up the Pops Miller being honored. Awesome to see him being honored here. A standing ovation in Value City Arena. and the hospitality and the Buckeyes being gracious enough to honor Miller and everything he did for this Ohio State program. So yes, the final score is an 18-point win for Ohio State, but A, it was just an exhibition game, and B, what a great experience for the Miller family, for the UNCP family, and for Brave Nation. This was a phenomenal display for the young men on this team and for the University of North Carolina at Pembroke as a whole.
Could not have said it better myself. Well, from Value City Arena, your final score, Ohio State 81, UNCP 63. We'll be back in the air next week with UNCP men's football, or sorry, not later next week, in 2 days.
Yeah, it's coming up.
In 2 days, excuse me, as they take on Mars Hill at home. We'll be bringing that to you as well. But here from Columbus, Ohio, one final time, it's the Buckeyes 81, Braves 63. So glad you could join us. This has been a presentation of UNCP basketball on the UNCP Sports Network.